Hey, today is not a Wagoneer video, even though there's one in the frame right now. Today I'm going to be repairing my late 70s, early 80s, not really sure when these came out, Sears battery charger. I actually inherited this from my grandmother when she passed away. It was hardly ever used. It's worked great for me so far, except for the other day, my fiance's foot found this, and it broke off. And I was kind of sad to see as much steel is in this thing. In the switch they used this little bitty piece of plastic to hold the knob on. And I tried notching the switch and using a screwdriver for a while just so I had some way to use it until I could get a new switch. But the other day, new switch came in. I got this through Amazon. It's a PowerForge 697012. It looks almost identical to the switch that's in it. I have had this case apart before, so hopefully it's going to work. We're going to find out today together. It's a pretty good looking unit. It does have a metal shaft, so I don't have to worry about that breaking off again. It actually has a real lock nut on it, as opposed to this piece of stamped metal. It seems to be a quality piece, had really good readings, so we're going to find out. And it came with a new knob that's not too far off from the old knob. The old knob just had this plastic around the edge. So let me get set up and I'll start pulling this apart and I'll show you what all we need. So I took a second look at it. It's been a while since I've worked on this thing, and the only thing that holds this thing together are these little sheet metal screws all the way around, and they are all 1/4 inch. So I have my 1/4 inch wrench, but to move things on a little faster, you know what also is a 1/4 inch? These little drill bit holders for your drill. So I'm going to be taking full advantage of that to speed this process up as much as possible. So I got the top off. It came off pretty easy. And looking at the two switches, looks like they are very similar. We've got the same 4-wire configuration on the bottom, single wire on the top. I'm going to check the instructions. I know, terrible looking at instructions, just to make sure that the wires aren't going to be flipped around or anything crazy like that on this, so I don't hook it up backwards. And then we'll start swapping the wires over to the new switch. Okay, I just noticed what some of you guys in the video probably already noticed when we're yelling at the screen. Now these wire nuts that this thing was repaired with, that was not done by me. That was done by my grandpa, who knows how many years ago, back when he was still alive and owned this. Probably gonna need to clean it up a little, but there's also the problem of that guy right there. It was once attached right here. So I'm gonna need to take a minute, take this apart, figure out exactly what goes to where, and figure out the best course of action to repair this. I do not have a soldering iron or any solder here at the house, but I'm going to try to get this thing back together. I'd say these wire nuts have been working for the past 20 plus years. So I'm going to throw it back together, see if it works. Down the road, if I have any other issues, I'll probably take this back apart, solder the connection properly, and repair it the way it's supposed to be. But until then, we're just going to make this work. Okay, I just finished assessing the wires. Everything's making a good connection, well, as good as you can with wire nuts. Like I said, this thing's worked for the past 20-something years, since my grandpa repaired it before he died, back before I was even in elementary school. So I just kind of cleaned everything up, put it all back together, put some fresh electrical tape on it, and we're gonna run it. I know I've probably got some people who are wiring nuts in the audience who are screaming at me right now, shutting the video off, but trust me, if I had the stuff I needed to fix this properly, I would right now, but I don't. I'm not going to go back to town, get all the stuff I need to put this back together. I need a battery charger that works now, and so it's put back together. I didn't bother filming me hacking this thing back together, because if you want to watch wire hackery, there's plenty of people on YouTube right now who are going to show you the wrong way how to fix things. I'd prefer to show you the correct way, so we're just leaving that out. Okay, so unfortunately I can't seem to dig up a wiring diagram for this old Craftsman charger. So I'm going to just assemble the wires the way that they are on the old switch onto the new switch. Worst case scenario is when I flip the switch to the corresponding position, it's not going to be charging on the right amount. It's not going to hurt the switch any, but it will be annoying. If that happens, I will go ahead and pull it back apart and check the switch again and just move the wires to where they need to be. Alright, you guys, I'm an idiot once again. See how that's a nice round hole? Well, it's not. It's actually a square hole. This actually has the sides all flattened off on this to make this fit in that hole. The new switch is perfectly round, which makes it not quite want to fit in the hole. So now I gotta break out a drill bit and enlarge the hole to where it's actually gonna fit. Okay, I went ahead and drilled that hole out, inserted the switch, and kind of halfway tightened the nut up. Now I've got it hooked to a battery and plugged in, and we're gonna hit the switch and see what happens. See if we've got to move wires around or if everything's the way it's supposed to be. Cross our fingers, we hope. But even if so, I've just got the case set on top of it. So don't mind the vice grips. I didn't want to put the actual switch cover on until I had this certain. Okay, so 6 volts is currently charging at boost. I have a feeling this thing's going to be backwards. Yep, because they're slow charge. Or that would probably be fast charge, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's 6 volts. Or there's low, and there's 6 volt. Yep, it's literally backwards. Okay, well, we found out that if you're replacing the switch on one of these Sears 6 and 12 volt battery charger model number 934.71580s, and you buy one of those Power Force switches to swap it out, the wires are actually the exact opposite of what they were on the old switch. So if that helps anyone else out, I'm going to go ahead and swap these around and we'll try it again. After taking it apart, actually taking the time to check where the wires would go, got my meter out, actually tested what everything was doing. I used a combination of that, making my own wiring diagram for the battery charger itself, and the included diagram for the switch. Went ahead, got the wires on. They should be in the right place now, I hope. And we're just going to go ahead and check it and make sure. Here we go. Maybe. Alright, I have 6 volt where it's supposed to be. There's 12 volt low where it's supposed to be. There's high. We're doing good. There's boost. Yes, we finally got it. Awesome. Okay. Now I'm going to go through, tighten everything down, go ahead and put the screws in, and she should be complete. Alright, so after all that mess, we finally got it back together. One last test, now that it's back together, to make sure that the thing works the way it's supposed to. Alright, we have 6 volt. We have 12 volt slow, 12 volt fast, and boost. Alright, we are in business. Now I can charge the battery up and get to work. Thank you all for watching today. I'm obviously not an expert on battery charger repair. I have done a little bit of wiring, but not much. This is my first foray into this. So thanks for watching, and if you learned anything, go ahead and give it a like and a thumbs up, and we'll see y'all later.